Hey Lon, hi folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I'm using he and pronouns. I'm holding the camera with my right hand, which I usually don't do, so it's a bit awkward. But I wanted to change the camera angle. This video I hope will be short as well, and I wanted to talk about how age does not define maturity. So someone I support at work, someone I work with, she's 60 something years old, and she told me that I'm very mature for my age. So she thought I was someone who was 30 something or 40 something based on the way I wrote emails and talked to her. The way I wrote emails and talked, I guess my mannerisms and the way I do things. She thought I was much older, and then she learned that I'm actually a young person. I told her I'm 24, and she's still surprised that how I guess mature I am for my age. She said I'm very mature for my age, and it really got me to think about how age really doesn't define maturity. It actually frustrates me when older people say you're too young to know. I'm like, no, I'm not too young to know actually. And there are actually young people who are, while physically like younger, like in terms of biological age, are actually emotionally and more psychologically mature than adults who have roamed, I guess, lived for longer than the young people. But the young people are more emotionally and psychologically mature. And I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been doing a lot more reading recently, and I'm reading the book How to Do the Work. And I read the chapter about our inner child yesterday, and I started reading the chapter about our ego. But a lot of us might have childlike responses to things because we never, I guess if we like from a young age, childhood trauma, right? If we don't let our younger child, our younger self at a young age be seen, be heard, and allowed to express themselves, then we sort of dissociate from our core self as we get older, because we learn that being ourselves and expressing our needs and honoring our needs and whatnot is not okay and it's not acceptable. And then we learn that, and then that carries on to adulthood, and we never really learn how to respond to things in a healthy way, I guess, because we've learned from childhood that the way to respond to things is XYZ, I guess. And I guess to me, maturity is defined, I guess, psychological and emotional maturity is determined by not physical age, but how much work we're willing to put into ourselves, and how willing are we going how willing are we to put in the work and the hard yards to better ourselves as a person. And I guess to do the work, we gotta first be aware of things like how do we respond? What are the automatic thoughts that come up? What are our typical behaviors to things? I just guess first being aware of what we do, how we respond, and then sort of from there tweaking things. And for me, I think of it as neural rewiring, because our brain is very flexible, and it literally rewires itself in response to everyday experiences. Our brain physically changes shape. The neural connections between neurons and pathways change shape. So I think of it as neural rewiring. And I'm not saying the work is easy. Like, the work is tedious, and it involves sitting with discomfort, throwing ourselves into the unknown, facing fears, doing all of the things that humans don't really like doing because we like staying in our comfort zone. But I guess to become a better version of ourselves and mature, we have to do what is hard. I actually sort of consider myself to grow quite rapidly. Like, I rapid growth a lot because I tend to be very aware of things, and when things don't work out for me very well, or the way I'm doing things, I change it. Like, I guess now it's easier for me to do. Like, now if I see something it's not working for me, this part of me is unhelpful, it's sabotage, it's self-sabotage, whatever it is, I do work to change it as quickly as possible, and kill off my old self and the old habits and the unhelpful thinking patterns, and then build new ones, and just put in consistent effort every single day. And that's how I rapid growth. The less aware we are, the less we are aware of who we are and our automatic responses and things that we typically overlook in everyday life. And I guess the less work we put in to better ourselves, the more stuck we can feel. And I guess again it links back to, that's why there are some young people who are emotionally and psychologically more mature than people of older age, because age doesn't determine maturity. It's how much work we're willing to put in to better ourselves as people, and how willing we are to step into the unknown, sit with discomfort, go through all the hard yards to become a better version of ourselves. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'm actually smiling right now, but you can't see it behind the mask.